no way you can drive the whip in this game, and you can modify your whip as well. Bro, this is a different type of take on any game that I've ever seen in my life. I mean, gacha wise, of course. This is definitely a new spin. I am for sure calling this the anime Grand Theft Auto. wtfmikxy here, and today we're going to be talking about the out of left field drop on this amazing looking urban open world game that is made by the creators of Tower of Fantasy. So let's talk about it, guys. Neverness to Everness is an action-packed open world game that offers a lot of interactive things within that open world aspects of the game, such as modifying sports cars, managing businesses, and doing a whole bunch of other activities within the game itself. The open world enemy monsters that you face within this game are called anomalies, and as per usual in most standardized gacha games, we have up to 4 units on a team in this game, which in these open world games is a very common thing that has the health bars displayed under their names as well. As usual, there is a camera feature where we can inspect our characters with the hidden UI and watch them do idle animations. I mean, to be quite honest, what is an anime game without the camera feature? Nowadays, every single open world gacha game or just gacha games in general have this camera feature. I feel as if that is not added, that is a cardinal sin, not gonna lie. The UI is your standard default with the minimap in the corner, health bar down below with the current character's level that you are currently playing. Up top in the right corner, you have all your missions, teams, bag, and character selections. Then at the very bottom towards the right, you have your normal everyday gacha game abilities and lock on target. At least that's what I believe what that is. Something that I am absolutely really looking forward to in this game that separates this game from actually other open world games is how when you are walking around. However, I am not sure if this quite happens within the open world parts of this game, considering that I haven't played it yet, but I like how as you're walking around, your surroundings go all dark and ominous when you are about to fight an anomaly or venturing to a dark place of the map. This is a really cool feature that I think they added to this game, and I'm really excited to see how that feels when I'm really immersed into it. However, I am not 100% sure if that's exactly how this works because I'm not currently playing the game, but that would be kind of cool, not gonna lie. It kind of reminds me of this anime that I've been dabbling in recently. I kind of forgot the name of it low-key, but it was about finding curiosities, I think they were called. And in that anime, whenever they would stumble upon a curiosity, it would like make it all sketchy, and it was kind of weird. It would have quite a bit of a horror feel to it, but it was kind of interesting and very intriguing. Like they built up that suspense, like you didn't know what was gonna happen next, which is kind of the vibe that I'm getting from within Neverness to Everness. If that's how the open world experience is, I'm gonna be quite honest, that's actually very, very cool. Anyways, I overall love the mood direction they are going within this game, and I especially love how nighttime looks in Neverness to Everness. I think it looks absolutely great. The whole open world definitely looks different from other gacha games that I've seen come out recently and just in general. I think one of the main important things in any type of open world game is how the open world game feels as a whole, and they definitely nailed the look, at least in my opinion. Definitely is giving me that Grand Theft Auto feel, I will say so. So far, with how the game looks, I am very intrigued with everything so far. I mean, even the combat looks pretty good. However, I can't really have a high opinion on it, mainly because I do not have my hands on access to actual gameplay itself, but for the most part, the animations do look very good and clean. I definitely love the direction that they took with the ultimates and the animations from abilities. However, as far as how the mechanics feel when you're playing the game and how smooth it is and the gameplay feels overall, like I said before, I don't have a high opinion because I don't have hands-on access to the game. I really love the way the outfits look, and I think they should keep up the way that they're doing it this way because it does give that city urban vibe they're overall aiming towards within this game. So like I just said, I feel like they should really aim towards that urban look that they're already giving us so far and keep on going with the look that they're giving the characters. I think the character designs look really good and they should keep it up. As far as how the cinematic scenes go, I feel like the characters really give off their emotions pretty well. Everything feels very animated and it does feel like an anime. Honestly, I like the comedic look that they're giving us so far, and everything just looks really nice. The whole trailer as a whole, as far as the cinematic scenes go, it was actually very entertaining. I actually really liked it. I thought it was dope. I just really hope with all the good direction on the characters as far as their design goes that we actually get a really good story here. Very hard for these gacha games to nail a really good main story, so I'm interested to see what they got in store for us. Overall, besides the trailer of Neverness to Everness, we haven't seen any cinematic scenes besides the release of the game. But I'm gonna be honest, with the way these gacha games have been siphoning out games, the cinematic scenes have been looking really good lately, especially from the other gacha games. Like Zenless Zone Zero's direction on the cinematic scenes have been really nice. Wuthering Waves' animation has looked really good in their character designs, and those are both games that came out this year, so I don't expect Neverness to Everness to hold their punches. To be quite honest, it is super crazy honestly to think about how far anime games games have come since like before Genshin Impact released. Like I feel like the games have just gradually gotten crazier, animation wise, combat wise, art style wise, you name it. To be honest, I don't even know what I'm really yapping about, but yeah, I just think things have gotten crazier in the past decade when it comes to these anime games. Moving along, the Grand Theft Auto joke was how you could literally take a vehicle and modify it and customize your very own whip in the open world aspects of this game. I would like to see a lot more customizable options in the future so we aren't so limited on what we can do. I think the more variety we have on this, the better. Like maybe make the sports car like a gacha thing, but I feel like it'd be better if you could earn it within the game and it's its own separate currency, so that way we're not spending extra, or you know, for the free-to-play players are not having to spend extra for, you know, vehicle skins and stuff like that, or different types of vehicle parts is what I'm saying. And you know what hands down would be absolutely insane? If you could actually ride motorcycles. Please, I beg you, dev team, add motorcycles. If you add motorcycles, that will literally change this game. That would change this game for the better. I am going to make a petition. If you guys agree, comment down below if you want to see motorcycles added to this game. Dude, just imagine being able to build sports cars and motorcycles. That would be so sick. I also wonder if they're only going to restrict us to one car at a time, or if we could rip cars from people in the main world. Going back to what I was saying about the motorcycles, I think it'd be dope if we could have multiple types of vehicles we can ride. I don't know, I'm just spitballing some suggestions here. I'm not sure how they will implement it, but just some cool ideas. I do like the ideas of vehicles in general. I think it's a really good addition to this game. It makes this game very unique in its own aspect. So either way, this is a great idea. Vehicles in general, I'm going to be honest, really do enhance the open world experience as a whole, because it makes traveling from location to location a lot faster and more entertaining, which a big struggle with open world gacha games is keeping the players engaged and wanting the player to feel immersed in the open world aspects of said gacha game. When it comes to these gacha games, when people spend so much time adventuring out in the open world and doing things that they really don't want to do, such as travel a lot, it for some gamers can bring down that immersive feel a whole ton. A lot of gamers don't really have time to be investing so much time into doing open world things. So when movement in a gacha game is a big restriction, it can kind of steer players away from wanting to play that game. Now, a main reason for this is because if you are a gacha gamer, you play more than one gacha game. And when you play more than one gacha game, you got to also consider the stuff that you do outside playing video games as well. And as we know, most gacha games are very time consuming, so when you play more than one and then add the IRL stuff that you gotta do with your life as well, it kind of makes things very difficult. So all in all, the message I'm trying to portray is the fact that if you do have less movement in an open world gacha game, it's going to be harder to play. So the whole vehicle movement thing, definitely a plus. I almost forgot to mention also something that I really do like about the whole driving system in this game is that you could also drive in first person, which I think is just another cool add-on that they added in there that kind of gives us that more of a GTA type feel. Now, as far as the businesses aspect of this game goes, I'm guessing that's where we are going to be doing some of the quests and missions. You know, stuff that's not really related to the main story of the game. Unless if the plan they have for this game is to make it similar to like everyday life type game, kind of like a GTA Online or something like that, if you're familiar. Which I hope is the case, because this could be really, really fun. And I think it would be a great idea. But to be honest, I feel like that is the direction of this game, so I hope to see some fun ideas go into it. Being able to go around and do everyday life things is for sure a different type of game feel, especially for a gacha game. This game is very flexible on things we could do within the open world and keeps adding content to make the game even more fun and focus on the open world and things that we can do within the open world. That alone will make this game 10 times better in the long run and will stand out from other gacha games. Although it will be in the early parts of the game and there's still no feedback on the gameplay, I think this is overall a good start. Something I also found that's pretty cool is you could buy your own spot or place to live, if you get what I mean. I do wonder if there is going to be multiple places we can buy as a place to go, and apparently we can also decorate our home and customize it the way that we want, which is all cool additional features that we get when this game releases. But by far one of my most favorite features that's coming to Neverness to Everness is the way that they did the wall running mechanic. When you run up walls in this game, the point of view changes to what you are looking at, kind of as if you were like Spider-Man and the wall becomes the floor, or if you're like a ninja from Naruto being able to master the chakra in your feet to be able to stick to the walls and ceiling. Or if you're familiar with Honkai Star Rail and you played in Penacony, how when you walked up the gel wall, it kind of changed the point of view. Yeah, just overall, I like their take on it and the way that they dealt with it. I think this is a really good feature. Now, lastly, it looks like the dev team is going to be also listening to the feedback of its players, improving the game to make it better overall, which is what we all love to see. Not even in 48 hours after the dev team released both trailers, they have got lots of feedback about what its community wants to see upon release of the game. There already is going to be improvements to character design and model quality. They will also be changing up the UI to make it feel more matched to the game that we are playing and the aesthetic. They also confirmed that we will be able to skip the story or cinematics if we are one of those players who are uninterested in the story aspects of the game. The devs also confirmed that housing and vehicle systems will include a multiplayer mode and will have more plans for the future, which is something earlier in this video that I was also rambling about, but I just found this out later on as I'm making this video, which I'm glad that they confirmed what exactly I was talking about. They will also work on a better optimized action system, such as the animation of getting in and out of cars, because not gonna lie, it looked a little bit goofy when I was watching the trailer, but that's okay, that's not the final product. The combat system will also be polished and look more smooth, although me personally, I would say it's hard to judge without having hands-on experience. And lastly, the most exciting news, we will be getting our open playtest for Neverness to Everness sometime in September, which is just around the corner. I will have to say, overall, I am excited to see what the creators of Tower of Fantasy have in store for us. I hope this will be a new leaf, a new chapter, a new arc to redeem the downfall of Tower of Fantasy. Not that I am personally bashing on their old game, but I felt as if it could have been so much more. But with that said, it's still a successful game. If you are new, make sure you smash the subscribe button down below so you can find your way back to my channel. Leave a like, comment, and join the community Discord down below. That's it for now. Peace.